Let me connect with y'all through this message right quick. Know what I'm saying? Did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about, did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. This is just my personal, honest opinion. Yes, God made it so hard to make it to heaven. Did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? My answer to that question is yes. God made it so hard to make it to heaven. That's just my honest opinion, and I'm gonna break it down. You gotta understand, like, social media and a lot of these brainwashed people in the world, bruh, they think that everybody who dies goes to heaven. Y'all be seeing them stupid memes and stupid pranks. Oh, somebody did something stupid. They gonna give that person a halo. Oh, that person is in heaven. Y'all be seeing them prank videos and meme videos online, to whereas somebody does something stupid and then they die, and then they go and show that person in heaven as though they just made it to heaven just because they died. You don't go to heaven just because you died. That's a deception of the enemy, bro. You do not just go to heaven just because you died. You know what I'm saying? These people, they don't have no reverence for the things of God. Everybody who died go to heaven. Oh, they did something stupid, died, now they in heaven. Oh man, I did something stupid. Like, y'all be seeing them videos online. Oh, I did something stupid, now I'm in heaven. Man, why did I do that stupid stuff? As they in heaven, they having a conversation, they talking about, man, why did I do that stupid stuff? Da 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 da. I'm like, bruh, everybody who died not going to heaven. What are you talking about, bruh? These people is lost. These people is brainwashed. The devil has brainwashed these people to think like, oh, everybody who died is just going to heaven. People don't even take heaven serious. People think heaven is a joke. People think you're going to heaven for free. You is not going to heaven for free. You know what I'm saying? You is not going to heaven for free, bruh. And you got all these bugs flying around me, bruh. But look, though, I'm at the park, so you got bugs flying around. We can't control the environment. I don't have the thermometer to control the environment. But look, though, people think that you're going to heaven for free. I just wanted to talk about that. You ain't going to heaven for free. And I'm not even talking about you got to pay money to go to heaven. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about heaven is earned through actions, through enduring to the end, through staying loyal to God's calling for your life, through all types of things, man. Heaven is earned. You know what I'm saying? But look, though, did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? Yes, he did, in my personal opinion. Because this is how God set it up. Man, we got to come into the kingdom. We got to follow God. We got to try our best to follow God. We getting attacked by the devil. We getting tested by God. Man, don't you know how severe and intense these tests from God are? Man, these tests from God is so hard, bro. This stuff is intense. And then you could go through a test from God. It feel like the test don't even end. And then you getting attacked by the devil. And then you battling your own flesh. And then like, bruh. And then when you give up on God and you go back to the world, now you're going to end up in hell. You can't even give up on God. And I'm not saying that we should just give up on God and this and that. Like, I'm not even saying that. But what I'm saying is, it is so hard. It is so insanely hard to walk with God, bro. To whereas God made it so hard. And I be looking at this stuff that I be going through. The things that I've been through so much. And I be looking at all the stuff that I've been through. And I'm like, Lord, 99.99% of people walking around in this planet Earth cannot go through this stuff, Lord. And when people give up and run back to the world because walking with God is so hard, now they end up in hell. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it feels as though God made this stuff so hard, to whereas it's damn near like most people can't do it. 99.99% of people cannot do this stuff. You gotta understand. First, you gotta come into the kingdom. Most people can't even do that. Most people can't even come into God's kingdom. Then you gotta step into God's calling for your life. Most people can't even do that. Then you gotta give up everything to follow God. Give up your entire life. to follow God. Most people can't even do that. Most people in the world cannot do that. So now the percentages, it keep getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Most people can't come into the kingdom. Most people can't give up everything to follow God. The percentages of people who can do this stuff, it gets lower and lower and lower. Then you gotta endure to the end to be saved. You gotta endure to the end, to the very end of your life, to be saved from hell. You gotta endure all the way to the end. Endure all the way to the end of your life. Why are you following God? Why are you putting in the hard work for God? So you gotta endure to the end. Why are you doing all these things for God? Why are you getting attacked by the devil? Why are you getting tested by God? Why are you enduring to the end? Bruh, that's like the percentages of people who are able to do that. It becomes even like smaller, and you gotta understand, bro, like the percentages is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you gotta understand the pain and the suffering that comes with walking with God. I be looking at this stuff and I'm like, Lord, most people can't do this, Lord. You done made it so hard for people to do this. For people to not, and you made it so hard for people to not make it to hell, bruh. That's what I be talking to God about this stuff, man. I'm like, Lord, you done made it so hard for people to not end up in hell. So hard. Because when a person gives up because it's so hard, because, man, let me tell you this too. You could do everything right, and you still gonna end up hurt. And Tiario talked about this. You could do everything right, and God will still turn on you, and you will still getting hurt, and God will still allow you to get done dirty by the devil and all type. You're doing everything right in your walk with God, and God still allow you to lose everything, and God still allow the devil to attack you. You're doing everything right. Look at the story of Job in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? Tiario did a message about that, how you could do everything right and you still gonna end up getting hurt in this walk with God, bro. Now imagine you're doing everything right and God still allow the devil to attack you and do you straight crazy. Do you straight crazy. How many people could go through the stuff that Job went through in the Bible? How many people could go through that? The number is going to become even lower. The number becomes even lower. That's what I'm saying. Did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? We got to just have this honest conversation with God, bro. Did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? My honest opinion is yes. He made it so hard to make it to heaven. We be going through stuff that's straight impossible. We just got to lean on God, bro. We be going through stuff that we can't even get through on our own. We just got to lean on God. Man, we going through hell walking with God. And you got to understand, each level becomes harder when you're walking with God. So you could go through so, bro, I done seen, man, this stuff crazy, bro. I done seen people, they entire life they've been going through pain and suffering. They come into God's kingdom, they think that God is going to give them a break just for God to put them through it. Person been through it already, man. And God is like putting them through more and more and more. And even when God sets them free, God is going to set them free, bring them through all that stuff. And then God is going to take everything from them again. I done seen all types of stuff. You done paid your price. You done paid your dues. God done blessed you. You done made it out. Then God takes everything from you again because He's testing you. My goodness, this stuff is rough. Going through this stuff is not easy. Now, of course, we know God is going to bless you again and make a way for you again. But it comes to a point that you get sick of this stuff, man. Let's be real. Did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? Man, God made it so hard to make it to heaven. And the numbers just get lower and lower. The percentages of people who could endure through all this stuff and go through all this stuff, it gets lower and lower and lower and lower. I'm like, Lord, why make it so hard? I'm not saying it's supposed to be easy. I'm not even saying it's supposed to be easy, but it's like God made it so hard. It's not just hard. It is so hard. That's what I'm saying. It's a difference. It's a difference between something just being hard versus something that being damn near so hard to where it feels impossible for majority of people. Majority of people, they can't do this stuff, man. Majority of people is not capable of doing this type of stuff, suffering on this level, doing everything right, and God is still allowing the devil to hurt them and to take everything from them and to the pain and the suffering. Majority of people can't do this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So people is going to hell because they can't even do this stuff. So people is going to hell because they don't have the strength for this stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand we gotta love God with all of our minds, hearts, and souls, but like this stuff is like, man, most people can't do this stuff, man. It's too hard, man. This stuff is harder than the military. It's harder than everything, man. This is the hardest stuff of all time. This is the hardest job of all time. Walking with God is the hardest experience of all time, bruh. Come on, man. People don't be keeping it real, bruh. God made it so hard, bruh. And this is why I be saying, bruh, y'all stop having kids if God did not tell you to have kids, bruh. If God did not tell you to have kids, stop having these kids, bruh. Stuff crazy, man. Stuff is crazy out here, man. But that's just the reality of this stuff, man. I'm just having an honest topic and an honest conversation with God. Did God make it so hard to make it to heaven? Yes, he did. That's just my personal opinion. He made it so hard, bruh. I'm being real with y'all, man. Man, and the harder it gets, the lower the numbers of people who gonna make it to heaven become. And that's just how God set this stuff up. That's how God set this stuff up. I did not set this stuff up like this. God did. God set this stuff up like this, y'all. It is what it is, man. This is the truth. The truth hurts, man. This is not no fairy tale Christianity stuff. Man, you tell people this type of stuff in church, man, they gonna walk out the church. Because this stuff is not appealing to your emotions. This is the truth that hurts, man. People don't want to hear the truth. But the truth shall set you free. This is the truth. God made it so hard to make it to heaven. That's why billions and billions and billions of people end up in hell. I'm telling you what I'm knowing, bruh. Is more people going to hell than more people going to heaven. Because enduring to the end is not easy, y'all. Stuff is a nightmare, bruh. But hey, it's just an honest message. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to say, man. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people out there who support my website, man. Know what I'm saying? Peace.